Take the exit. Turn right into the drive-thru.
Nope, I'm making dinner tonight.
You don't have time. Josh has practice.
Oh, that's right. I'll just get a salad.
And fries?
No, just the salad.
But salad cancels fries.
Salad only.
Fries.
Salad.
Fries.
Food noise isn't fair, but Mochi Health is. The affordable GLP-1 source that puts you on the road to successful weight loss.
Hey, can I get the...
Fries.
Salad. Sorry.
Learn more at joinmochi.com. Mochi members have access to licensed physicians and nutritionists. Results may vary.
Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
What's up, everybody? Friday Face-Off. Happy Friday. Happy weekend. We are here. We're going to take a bit of a controversial topic and we're going to face off. Sometimes Jeffrey and I agree and we go with it. Sometimes we don't agree and we go at it. And I think this one today is a big one, man. It's a biggie in youth hockey. You ready to rock and roll?
Let's hear it.
Okay. So I got a DM from a hockey parent this week. And this is actually something that I've thought a lot about. And I think we and in the youth hockey world can be a lot better at. Okay. And that's transparency. I think transparency is so incredibly important. I think transparency in everything that a youth hockey club does should be freaking mandatory. It should be absolutely mandatory. So I'm going to read you guys this DM and then we can have a discussion about it. But this parent reached out to me. She said, I got a question. What is the norm as far as youth hockey organizations sharing their financials with the parents? Money in versus money out. Also, is everyone playing the same amount? If you suspect players are getting deals to play for a team while bench warmers are playing full price, is transparency the norm? Is it not? Would love for you to cover this topic on the podcast. Thanks. And so financial transparency is something that very few youth organizations do. Very, very few youth organizations do. You know, they give you the ending tag, the ending tag of what it's going to be, but very rarely is the ending tag of what you see when you sign up in August, the end of it, because all these, I didn't even know about this until I got into youth hockey, but so many of these youth hockey clubs, they have the fee that you're paying to the club. And then they have what's called a slush fund outside of that. So that's for things that aren't included in the fee, whether it's other tournaments or swag or coaching fee, whatever it may be. There's another slush fund. So we hear this all the time from parents who are like, I don't know what the frick I'm paying for. I have no idea what I'm paying for. Where is my money going? Because especially for these tier one organizations, they're shelling out tens of thousands of dollars, sometimes even more than that to play youth hockey. And they get so stressed because it's like, I don't know where the hell my money's going. And like, that's just bad business. At the end of the day, that's bad business. And so like, I want to know from you, man, like what have you seen, I feel like USA Hockey, they don't really have the ability to do this. I don't think, but like, if they could, they should demand that like every parent gets a spreadsheet of where their money's going, right? Yeah. Like 10% of your fee is going here. 20% of your fee is going here. 30% of your fee is going here. Ice costs, administrative fees, coaching fees, travel, tournaments, equipment, swag, apparel, all these different things that you pay for. And so many parents are like, I don't know where my money's going. And that's a big problem in youth hockey because then you can charge more and more and more and more and more. So would love to hear your thoughts, dude.
Yeah, you should get an itemized bill. Like you go to the grocery store, they don't just say, oh, you're going to owe about this. It's the price for every single item that you buy or any store you go to. I'm not saying that I don't think that there shouldn't be like maybe a little bit of extra in a quote unquote slush fund, but at the end of the year, I also think that maybe the team should have a vote with the parents. Each family gets one vote. And if you guys want your money back, then you should divide up what's left in the slush fund and give it back, or it can be a donation to the club. But like you should have way more control and you should know what you're spending your money on. I will say though, that I do not agree with the person who posed this question or wanted us to talk about it as far as like knowing what every player pays. That when you go buy a car, the car dealership doesn't tell you what the last guy paid for the same model. I mean, sometimes, people need help, sometimes this or that. I know that there's kids that I'll train that can't afford to train with me, and I'll work a deal out with them as long as they're a good kid. They show up on time, they work their ass off. They've earned the right for me to want to give them a deal. I will, but I also run a business and I can't do that for everyone, or else I can't afford all of the equipment in my gym. Right. So that was the only thing that I don't think that everyone should know what everyone else is paying. That's not really something that I think should be public knowledge, because I know how those ins and outs work of building teams and stuff like that. But yes, everyone should know at the end of the year if you have money left over that was not used, and it should go back to you.
I don't know if I could be wrong here. I could be wrong. I am certainly not a tax expert, but I don't believe 501c3s could do that.
Give the money back.
I could be completely wrong on that. I think I heard that at some point. Maybe
that would make sense.
Reach out to us and let us know.
Yeah.
But either way, right? Like hockey has gotten out of control with its finances and the expenses. It really, really has. And I need to write another blog on the cost of hockey today, because it's been a long time since I've done that. And I even sent a note out there, I don't know, it was maybe a couple months ago, just getting a sense of the landscape of what people are paying in different parts of the country at different ages and levels and stuff like that. It makes me sick. It legitimately makes me sick.
Let me interject real quick one thing, because there is one thing that we talk about the cost of hockey a lot, and it is way too damn expensive. Equipment is insane. Ice and all these things are insane. However, looking at the price breakdown, if you're going to someone, or you're at an organization or somebody, a coach, whatever, camp, whatever it is in hockey, is delivering a superior product, they're going to charge more than the going rate of average or below average. And unfortunately, that is part of like the marketplace of hockey. Now, we need everything to freaking come down now, but you can't complain about everything all the time. And if you are a club who is going to charge a premium price, you should be delivering a premium service. No matter whatever that you're charging more than everybody else in the area, you should be delivering more than everybody else in the area.
Yeah. And by being financially transparent, it's a great way to understand what's going right and what's going wrong too. Maybe, you have a line item, where let's just say $500 of your tuition or fee is going to a strength and conditioning program, and the strength coach absolutely sucks. And then you as the parent can go, hey, like, everybody's paying $500 for this person. Like, that ain't worth it. We need to get a new person, or we're not paying this person that much. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Maybe 10% of your fee goes to an administrative fee for, a business non-hockey person to kind of help to run the club. Well, maybe everything is really disorganized. Well, now it's okay. Like, we're paying this amount of money for that, that service or that person. No, like that's not what we want. And so clubs don't want to do it because there's a lot of shady shit going on with where the money's going with a lot of these youth hockey clubs. Let's just face it. It is. And people are getting paid a lot of money, and I don't think people want other people to know how much money they're making, with that. And again, some of that is probably warranted because they're putting out a great service and they're teaching life skills, and they're a great coach, and they're helping kids to move on and all that. And, if you ask a parent if they would pay that fee to that person for the what they've done for their kid, they'd say, yeah, I'd probably pay more. But there's other things within the organization that they're probably like, nah, like this is unnecessary. And it can even help a club cut costs on certain things that are unnecessary for the club, right? Like, there may be something that parents see that they're like, no, this is like, we don't need this, and again, the hard part about running a club is that everybody's going to want different things, and everybody has a different opinion about these things. So to be financially transparent will cause headaches. Let's be real, right? That's going to cause a lot of headaches. But also, like, for me, if I'm a consumer, if I'm a parent, if I'm a customer, let's call it, in this youth hockey business, like, I want to know what's going on. I want to know where my money's going, especially if I'm paying that much. And I would encourage all clubs, put your fees out on your website publicly, where everybody can. And again, do you have to be so line itemy, where no, man, but just like have a little bit of a sense of transparency, because if you do it too much, let's go the other way. Like I was talking about, that could cause a lot of headaches and a lot of problems too, right?
The simple stuff and the big stuff and who's what does this pay for? What does that pay for? Like, like where is my money going?
Yeah, for sure. So I think it's a great question. I think, again, like if you want to change the cost of hockey, this is one way to do it. It's to demand financial transparency. And if you want, most youth hockey organizations are 501c3 nonprofits, and you can go to this website. It's called GuideStar, and you can look at their 990s, their tax forms. And I'm not a financial person or an accountant by any means, so I don't know exactly how to read everything that's going on. But maybe you are a money person and you can see, and I, as a non-money money stupid person, can get a sense of what things are at on those 990s. And so that they are publicly available. Go to this GuideStar website and you can look at yours or other youth hockey organizations out there to see that. But I think, on the club side, clubs got to do a better job being a little bit more transparent about things and where the money's going. I think that will really help the sport. Really, really help the sport. Any final words?
I like money. I have a little bit of it. I have it in a jar above my fridge. I'd like to get some more of it. That's where you come in.
Wedding
that.
Singer. Let's go.
Share the show.
Share the show.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.